Living on a fixed pension in a city like Calgary creates a difficult financial ceiling. Buying a robo-taxi to generate side income from an apartment seems like an easy solution, but this urban environment is built on constraints. This evaluation highlights the infrastructure gatekeepers. Multifamily parkades are limited by shared electrical panels and condo boards that block charger installations. Even standard RFID security gates can trap an autonomous vehicle inside. Then there's the capital barrier. A single Cybercab requires roughly 41,000 Canadian dollars upfront, a steep entry price for anyone relying on a monthly pension check. For a retiree in a high-density building, these structural and financial hurdles make the urban side hustle model nearly impossible to execute. Success requires a different geography. By moving to a town like Canmore and renting a detached home with a 2-car garage, you move the variables into your favor. To solve the capital problem, you start by leasing a standard Tesla instead of buying a Cybercab. This allows you to enter the market with zero upfront investment. Renting a detached house removes the condo board from the equation. You gain immediate, private control over the electrical panel and the parking logistics. This pivot proves the autonomous transit market is accessible to individuals controlling basic residential infrastructure, rather than those with the largest bank accounts. Phase 1 is about using that leased Tesla as a bridge to generate the seed capital you initially lacked. You use the vehicle to run high-value commuter routes, such as the corridor between Canmore and the Calgary airport, targeting consistent, professional fares. For a retiree, the physical strain of driving is the bottleneck, but supervised full self-driving means the software handles the majority of navigation and steering. You remain in the seat as a safety driver, but the fatigue of a long shift is almost entirely removed. This phase creates a low-risk financial engine, building the cash reserves needed to eventually transition to fully autonomous hardware. By the second year, you finance a dedicated Cybercab. This table outlines the $83,000 investment required. To charge both cars simultaneously, you must upgrade to a 200-amp service. This $4,000 investment is the prerequisite for running a high-utilization garage fleet. You then install a $2,000 wireless inductive charging pad in the second bay. This allows the Cybercab to recharge automatically without any human interaction. These upgrades transform the garage into a micro depot. The Cybercab can now roll out, earn fares for 16 hours a day, and return to its pad to charge while you sleep. The micro depot has a hard ceiling. Once the vehicle hits a 70% daily utilization rate, the residential 200-amp grid cannot support any additional capacity. In years 3 and 4, you move the business into a light industrial commercial bay. This commercial site provides 3-phase power, allowing you to install multiple wireless bays and expand your fleet to 5 vehicles. This expansion model differs significantly from corporate competitors like Waymo. Traditional fleets use vehicles that can cost over $150,000 each due to their heavy reliance on complex LiDAR and radar sensor stacks. To manage 5 cars without losing your retirement lifestyle, you outsource the physical upkeep to a local cleaning contractor who vacuums and sanitizes the cabins every morning. Successfully managing a town-wide commercial transit utility began with mastering the constraints of a single residential driveway. At this scale, your role has changed. You are no longer a driver. You are a fleet administrator managing a commercial asset from your home. This chart shows Cybercab fleet economics. Designed for autonomy, life cycle costs are 20 cents per mile. Look right. At high utilization, after deducting operating costs and Tesla's 30% fee, a 5-car fleet nets a stable monthly profit of $5,000 to $7,000 Canadian. This model allows a vehicle to pay for itself within 3 years. It effectively changes the car from a depreciating liability into a high-yield income asset. This decentralized model challenges the idea that autonomous transit must be owned by a handful of tech monopolies. Lower production costs at factories like this one have brought the entry price for robotaxis low enough for individual ownership. By removing manual controls and simplifying manufacturing, the foundational economics of the industry have shifted toward the local operator. For the first time, the profit from regional transit is staying with the individuals who own the garages and the charging pads. The future of the ride-hailing economy is beginning in the small-town driveway.